Guys, I have told you many times, many times we've discussed this, but a great promoter is simply a storyteller. A big fight has a big story. And as simple as that may sound, you would be stunned how many people have the foggiest idea that any of that is true. To have a great fight is two great resumes. It's the Olympic champion from 2016 versus the Olympic champion from 2020. They always make this mistake. If you have a great story, you have a big fight. I bring that to you because I'm watching Dana White tell a story that the average human would be done in less than 5 seconds. I'm talking of the story of Khabib's retirement. There's not a whole lot of ways you can go on that. Hey, Khabib, are you retired? Oh, hey, Khabib, are you not retired? Where do you go with that? Yet Dana has found a way to tell this story for 9 weeks. Oh, by the way, we're not done. The story is continuing. Now, in a traditional sense, a promoter would leap at a champion retiring. He would leap at that. Because if the champion changes his mind, you now have a comeback story. The oldest and easiest story to tell in all of pugilism is a comeback story. So you would quickly accept that resignation. And if the guy changed his mind, you can't have the comeback until you have the retirement. Dana says no. 9 weeks later, we're still discussing this, and we are still not to its conclusion, complete with last night a tease coming. A tease by Dana where he literally videos himself and Khabib walking into an empty room. He then reveals to the audience, I will tell you what happened in that meeting live on ABC. He comes on ABC, he delivers the message of what happened in that room, which, by the way, was fairly anticlimactic, and he made it great. He made it so interesting. He continued the tease. He goes, well, Khabib's already achieved. I'm giving you the story here. Dana goes, look, Khabib's already achieved everything he set out to achieve. And there, even in terms of parity and freshness, Khabib concedes that Oliveira looked great. And there's 4 55-pounders up in a week, constituting 2 matches, co-main event and main event. And if one of them looks spectacular, we might be continuing this conversation. And absent of that, we're right back where we started, which is that Khabib is retired. But Dana managed to say it in a way that was captivating. By the way, I don't just come over here and talk to you guys. Like, I really like you guys and I really like to talk to you, but it doesn't just happen. If I didn't have something to say, I wouldn't come over here. This camera you're looking at has a name. His name is Vince. This audio that you're hearing me on has a name. His name is Dylan. The production and the completeness and being uploaded to YouTube has a name. His name is Ryan. I only bring that to you because these things don't just happen, yet I'm still here. I'm here with a full team behind me to tell you about a story of which hasn't changed in 9 weeks, but Dana White has somehow made interesting. Somehow, this is still interesting. So we get dangled that Oliveira looked great. Now, Oliveira is a very interesting name because that does allow for some parity. The night that Khabib retired, he said, I've already strangled Conor. I've already strangled Poirier. There's nothing left for me to do. Now, Khabib didn't use a whole lot of words, but those were a few of the words that he used. So we then have to draw an interpretation from that, which is he's looking for parity. He's looking for something new, which is where you start sprinkling George St. Pierre into the conversation. It's new, which is also interesting that Dana White, who went on ABC, dropped the name Charles Oliveira. What's problematic, if you're putting it in conjunction with Khabib having the title and whether or not Dana accepts it back, is that Oliveira isn't booked. So even if Khabib is saying, look, I'm seeing some new blood in here, Khabib is also saying, get him shined up. Just because he looked good once, get him shined up. And I just don't know if there's time in conjunction with the title. We could, of course, take that title from Khabib, throw it up for grabs. 2 new boys will go out there, fight under the unified rules, see who claims it, and then you bring Khabib back. But that doesn't then insert Oliveira. Like if Khabib comes back in that scenario, Khabib come back against whoever's the champion, not against Oliveira. So I only bring this to you because a story of which is very simple and has been told a million times. You're retired or you're not. You're retired and you're coming back or you're not. Dana White has found a way to keep us on edge for 9 weeks. I'm still on edge. The story that seems so simple apparently is going to continue. Stay tuned.